Hi, welcome. I'm Cathy Harris, Harris, the host of Ukrainian Connections. Welcoming you to Ukrainian Connections today. And this is a show where we talk about Ukrainian culture, heritage, stories. We bring you to the lives of some of the Ukrainians that live in Thunder Bay, Northwestern Ontario, and Canada. And we share different things with you about Ukrainians and their friends. Today, we're pretty lucky to be welcomed to Hilltop Alpaca Farms, just outside of Thunder Bay. And we're gonna learn a little bit about alpaca. They are beautiful animals. And just in case you think I'm saying something wrong, you can say alpaca or alpacas for plural. I checked that out just to make sure I was saying this right. So let's go meet some of these animals. See if anybody wants to talk to me today. Hi, girls. Oh, we have some beautiful ducks too. Okay, I'm going to talk to you over here. I hope you're okay with that. What's your name, sweetie?
My name's Bambi.
Does everybody have a name here?
Yep, we all have a name.
What's the origin of the alpaca?
So the alpacas were domesticated from the vicuna by the Incas over 5,000 years ago, being one of the most ancient of the world's domestic animals.
So I did read that alpaca are very social and intelligent, so now I believe it for you to even know that information. You are smart. But I also hear you spit. What's that all about?
So we usually spit at each other, not at people, and usually females spit at a male if we don't want them around. Here, the male alpacas are on the other side of the fence, unless we want babies. We also are smart because we can be trained on a leash, and we're quite pleasant and calm to be around.
So, coming from more countries in South America that speak Spanish, can you speak Spanish?
Most of my distant cousins are raised in the high plain regions of Chile, Bolivia, and Peru, where they primarily speak Spanish. So yeah, we know some too. Some examples are the female alpaca is called a hembra, and a male is called a macho, and a baby alpaca is called a cria.
So you're actually on a farm owned by Ukrainians, which is really interesting. So can you understand some Ukrainian words?
Yeah, we know a little bit of Ukrainian words, or a few here and there.
Some examples?
We know hamchi for food, and we know hode for come here. So if they're calling us girls, they'll say hode divchata, and if they're calling the boys over, they'll say hode chlapchi.
Huh. So I did read that a group of alpacas is called a herd, like cows, and that the head of the herd is called a herd sire for the male alpaca. Do you have one of those guys here?
Yeah, his name is Finnegan.
Is he really in charge?
At least he thinks he is.
Does he spit?
He does spit. He'll spit at the other boys, especially if he's competing over us ladies or over some food.
So I asked some of my friends what they would like to know about alpaca, so I hope you're okay with a bunch of questions, because you seem to be pretty hungry eating that grass right now. They might seem silly to you, but they are real. How do you sleep at night? Like a horse? Are you standing up? Do you lay down?
No, we lay down to sleep. We'll lay on our sides with our legs out, or we'll tuck our legs in.
Okay. So I know this is a little personal, but have you had any babies?
I have had one baby before.
When alpacas have babies, do they usually just have one at a time?
Yeah, usually just one. We can have twins, but they're very rare. We did have a set of twins on the farm, though, a while ago.
Is there a special of time that you mate?
No, if a male is close by, I'm able to ovulate and get ready to get pregnant.
So when I was pregnant, it took 9 months for my pregnancy to have a baby. How long were you pregnant when you had your baby?
I was pregnant for 11 whole months, so we only get a 1 month off between being bred again.
That is very long. What do you do special with your baby when your baby is first born?
So once my baby's born, we like to hum to each other to communicate. So we'll talk by little sounds like
Okay, and the baby talks back with the same humming?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk to each other, and we can find each other in the group by humming to each other.
And because you live in a herd, do you eat the same food as cows?
Yeah, as you can see, we love grass, and we also like hay, and we're ruminants like cows are.
Can you explain what that means?
So a ruminant means that we have 4 stomachs, so we chew our food, and it goes down in our stomach, and then we'll bring it back up and chew on our cud later, and then swallow it again.
Great. Thank you for sharing so much information with me, and I know you want to get back to eating that grass. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back to Ukrainian Connections. Welcome back to Ukrainian Connections, where we're talking to a few alpaca. Excuse me, sir. I think you're a male. Yes. Yes, hi. Oop. I guess that was too jolting. Come back here. Come back here. What's your name, sweetie?
My name is Slavko.
Slavko. I wanted to touch your fleece. I wanted to see how soft you were. And I think I referred to it as fur, but it's correctly, is it? Slavko, is this really fleece?
Yes, we call it fleece.
Okay, what are you gonna do if I touch you? Walk away before.
Not a huge fan, but
I have to chase you around the farm. I should have had some of that grain in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna touch somebody else's fur. How about that? You gonna let me? Are you gonna let me touch your fur? Nope, you're not gonna touch it, you're gonna touch my fleece. Okay. Oh, wow, you're very soft. So Slavko, I know I'm not gonna touch your fleece, don't worry about it, okay? But tell me what's so special about your fleece as compared to lamb's wool, sheep fur, sheep fleece?
there are several reasons. First, unlike sheep, there are a lot of color variations, like my beautiful color of brown. Then the feel of my alpaca fiber has such a pleasing softness because the fibers are fine and feel like silk. Us alpaca also yield a higher percentage of clean fiber compared to sheep. Sorry, sheep. If any of you are watching, I don't want to put you down, but, well, it's the truth. Also, our fleece is lanolin-free and can be spun directly after shearing. Sheep's wool requires cleaning prior to spinning. And then another thing, alpaca fiber has a higher thermal capacity, so it keeps you warmer and is extremely lightweight in comparison to sheep's wool. Again, sorry, sheep.
Wow, you guys are pretty special with your fleece. How often do you get your fleece shorn, I think is the right word?
Trimmed is fine, just once a year.
Okay, and is there a special time of year that you do that?
Usually in May.
Okay, and is that so that you don't have to deal with a really thick coat over the hot summers here?
Yeah, we need our fleece long in the winter and shorn in the summer so we're not overcooking.
So, do your owners do anything special with the fleece that they shear?
They weave, they're part of the Weavers Guild, I think. If you have a shawl on your shoulders now, do you like it? It makes shawls, but also sends the fleece away to be made into socks and insoles.
But these are some of the items, oh my gosh, they feel so soft. This is a beautiful shawl that the owner Halya has made. And this is some of the raw fleece. And the one difference that Slavko told us is that alpaca have natural different colors, unlike sheep that have to have their fleece dyed to these beautiful different colors. So you have more variety of colors, and these ones are undyed, so these are natural. And then we have this beautiful shawl, and it has been dyed green because, of course, in the marketplace today, people do want different colors, and a beautiful hat. And here's an awesome carpet. And if you could only touch this, it is actually so soft. I can't do this with sheep's wool because it makes me itchy, but you don't get that same effect from alpaca fur. One other thing I wanted to show you are my very own alpaca socks that I happen to have on today. They keep my feet very warm, but they also keep them dry, so they're actually not a bad thing to wear even in the summer. So yeah, if people are looking for alpaca items, I know they do sell these kinds of things in the markets, and you can even get them from the alpaca owners here itself. So when your fur is shorn, what do they do with it? Do they have to card it like they do with wool, or is it some different techniques?
Well, you have to align all the fibers in the same direction using combs so that the fleece can be spun into yarn.
Okay, that sounds pretty simple to do, but with that much yarn or that much fleece that you're gathering, it probably takes a long time to do because there's a lot of alpaca here. About how many alpaca are on this farm with you, Slavko?
At least another 20
Is that 20 male or 20 female?
in total.
In total, okay. Now that we're approaching winter, how do you survive the winters in Thunder Bay?
We have homes and barns in every pasture to keep us warm so we can all stay in there together.
Okay. Well, I think, Slavko, you've been very cooperative. You haven't run away from me yet. And you're pretty handy that you can eat and talk at the same time. I'm very impressed.
I have many skills. Thank
You have
you.
many skills. Thanks, Slavko. So stay tuned. Ukrainian Connections will be right back. Welcome back to Ukrainian Connections. Here we have little baby Roxalana being carried by owner Mia. So what do you want to say to us today, sweetie? Hi. You like me? Yeah? So I understand that alpacas like to sniff instead of being pat. That's very, very interesting. You're beautiful. How old are you?
About 2 weeks old.
Ah, and you can already walk on your own. I'm very impressed. What do you eat when you're 2 weeks old?
Milk from a mother.
From your mother? Oh, wow. Is it tasty milk?
For me, it's really yummy.
Oh, that's good. I wonder if humans could drink that milk, just like we drink cow's milk. Mia, have you ever tried that?
I haven't tried.
No, okay. So, how many alpacas do we have here on the farm? Have you counted them since you've been born? You've had 2 weeks to count.
About 30 of us.
About 30. Wow, that's a lot of playmates. And I think you're the youngest here right now, eh? You're so cute.
Yep.
Oh, so when we first came today, I heard a little bit of barking. What was that all about?
They're livestock guardian dogs.
Oh,
Smokey and Lana.
and what's their purpose?
They protect us from wild animals.
Ooh. And probably from some of us people too that are very nosy, trying to sniff your snout. Do you know if there's other alpaca farms in northwestern Ontario?
Yes, but we are the only farm that breeds here.
You're very smart for 2 weeks old. Wow. Do you know how old you can get to be?
About 20 years is typical.
Okay, so you've got a long life ahead of you. You're beautiful. This may sound silly, but do you like to be rubbed behind the ears like dogs?
I like to sniff people
Okay.
that come up to me.
Ah, like this, right? Just don't bite my nose. You're hypnotizing me, Roxalana. Oh, So I do want to say that you probably think I smell nice. I had a shower today, right? Yeah, that's why I'm pleasant to smell, to sniff. Oh, so I do want to thank you today and your cousins and your mother and your siblings and the farmers here that are looking after these alpacas so beautifully. And our voices today, we've had some voices from Mia Andre and from some little girls, from Eleanor and Madeline. So we hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about alpaca today. And as we learn, all things are very interesting amongst our Ukrainian population here in Thunder Bay and Northwestern Ontario. And we like to promote Ukrainian culture, history, the arts, and even the beautiful farming and work that we do for our communities. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Rogers and Daniela, for making this possible today out on this beautiful farm.